Let's have some fun. Welcome and good afternoon. My name is Shane, and today we're going to have some fun listening to some great music. Well, if you've been following along for the past however many Thursdays, you know it is the Warning and Queen of the Murder Scene today. We've reached the end, both literally and figuratively. The last song of the album. I originally had listened to this song. This was one of the first songs I listened to by The Warning since I started my channel. And it was the Live at Lunario version, which is the versions I've been doing this entire time as we've listened to the album. And so I didn't really expect that I would react to this song, even though I was going to be listening in between weeks to get up to speed and that kind of thing. However, many of you suggested that I should really listen to this song again, given the context now of the rest of the album. And so I thought today we would go ahead and listen to this last song, The End. Stars Always Seem to Fade, which again, I have reacted to before, so this won't be a first listen to this by any means. That being said, it will be a continuation of the album to kind of finish things off. And then I will give my thoughts on the album as a whole after listening to this last song. So we'll listen to this last song on the channel to complete the album. And then at the end, I will give my thoughts on the whole album itself and any particular songs that I may find that were favorites or things that I noticed and that kind of stuff. So all of that said, we don't have to worry about any blocking issues. If you want to support the channel, you can become a patron. Patrons get access to videos before they're on YouTube, early access. They get access to videos that aren't on YouTube at all. You can also support the channel over at sjor.com. Pick up your Let's Have Some Fun merchandise. Wearing a new sweatshirt that I just got. And if you do choose to do that, go get the discount code in the first pinned comment down below so you can get a discount for the month of November. That'll be active. And if you're just here to listen to the Warning and that's how you're going to support the channel, I appreciate that too. That's good too. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Those of you who have been on this journey with me. If this is the first video you're coming into, go to the Warning playlist up here and watch these in order. That's my recommendation. Watch these in order. And then you can, get to this one and get up to speed or be up to speed on everything. If you've been following all along to this point, thank you for those who have stuck with this. Still trying to decide if I'm going to do another album and what that album would be. You may not see the Warning every week on the channel anymore after this. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to listen to them anymore on the channel. So, I'll still have the Warning in the future because I know they have a lot of new stuff out too. It just may not be every week like it's been for these past however many weeks. With all of that said, let's have a listen to The End.
¡Listos! Could forget, 'cause all the things I've done and all the things I've said don't go away, they stay with me like a constant loop inside my mind that's always on repeat. I know it's wrong, but there's nothing to be done.
How they're slowing it down here for the end.
This is the end. So long, my friend. Stars always seem to fade. It's a little too late to, with bloodstained hands, I make amends.
be
They
exhausted,
don't go
man.
away. They haunt me every night while I'm lying in my bed. This is the end. So long, my friend. Stars always seem to fade. It's a little too late to. With bloodstained hands, I make amends. Stars always seem to fade. It's a little too late to start over again. Ah, ah, ah. There's nowhere to run. What if I
Yeah. Great time to have a guitar solo. Love it.
This is the end. So long, my friend. Stars always seem to fade. It's a little too late to. With bloodstained hands, I make amends. Stars always seem to fade. It's a little too late to start again. Start again. Start
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah. Thank you. Now they're going to be sleeping for days, right? Wow. Oh my gosh. What a way to finish things off. Yeah, as I said, I listened to that probably maybe the first video I even listened to from them was this song, first or second, I think. And of course, at that time, totally out of context for the rest of the album. Interesting, though, now to see that choice that was made, or the choices that were made here. So, this song was very much a slower one to kind of close things out, to wrap up the album and wrap up the storyline, which I think was a good choice. I like the way things kind of wrapped up. Also interesting that I would say for most of the album, Danny seemed to be the one that was kind of the main character, if you will, or the focus was really on Danny and her singing. And here this song was really, Pau is the one that really drove this one. So I think that's interesting in the context of the rest of the album. As I mentioned, I'm sure they had to be exhausted at this point. But what an amazing, even at the end, with the end, their performance level is still just top notch. So crazy stuff. I have so much enjoyed listening to this album. I do just want to give a couple of thoughts. I had some stuff that I had kind of marked down that I wanted to kind of make a note of. And I'd say overall, from that, so Dust to Dust was like the prologue. And from that first bass line in Dust to Dust, this was a very solid, top-notch rock offering from The Warning. I'm just still shocked that they were able to create this, not just at the ages they are, but just in general, because as I said, this is like quality-wise better than a lot of even established bands, I think. And I think that the first song, Dust to Dust, really set the tone for the rest of the album. and kind of the themes that they were going to explore throughout it. So even that first song kind of sets things up: the good versus evil, um, death, love, and obsession. That I think all of those themes were there, kind of foreshadowed, if you will, in that first song. A couple of the other things that I just really love, different pieces that I'll pick out. There wasn't a bad song. I wouldn't say any of the songs were bad or any that I didn't like. But some things just kind of stood out a little bit more. So, like, I love the acoustics on Crimson Queen. In terms of some of my favorite songs, again, it's like trying to pick your favorite child. As I said, none of them were bad by any means. I really like Dull Knives. I really liked Ugh. That's probably one of my favorites. The bass line and that great melodic guitar riff. Stalker, that begins and ends with the piano, has some killer riffs in that song too. So that's probably one of my favorites. And then throughout, Danny had some great guitar solos. So like Sinister Smiles, she had a good guitar solo there. And then here in the end, we see another great guitar solo, which was an amazing kind of way to wrap things up. Again, those are just some highlight songs for me. If I had to choose some favorites, those would probably be some of the favorites. I can't really pick one favorite. Those all had elements that I really liked. And again, not that any of the other songs weren't good by any means. I don't think there was a bad song on the whole album, to be honest. But those were the ones that kind of stood out to me. So I don't know. Overall, an amazing album. I'm so glad that I listened to this way and chose to do this and delve in a little deeper on this stuff. Towards the end, I did just this past week I was kind of googling around to see if there was anything written about this album out there, and I did find kind of a synopsis of the different chapters, which I thought was cool. Kind of the storyline of what's going on, pulled from. I know a lot of you guys have listed that in certain vlogs they had talked about what different songs were about and the album as a whole and that kind of thing. So yeah, thank you for those of you who have given comments. Let me know if I was on the right track with kind of the tone of the song and some of the lyrics and that kind of stuff, the story of what was going on. Even if you didn't want to get into all that stuff, just musically, it was great to listen to. But just seeing all of those pieces coming together for the full album, I think is kind of what even kicks this up another notch. And as I said, it's amazing that they created this, not just at their age. That it's just even more amazing, but just in general, that they were able to put all of this together into an album that tells a full story like that. And again, not the songs. None of the songs. Some bands, you hear songs and it's like, man, all their songs sound alike. And I don't get that feeling from The Warning at all. Like all of their songs are pretty distinct. So it was good to hear some, some of the heavier songs that they did, and they did some more softer songs also thrown in there, some acoustic stuff, and then like even punk feel type music in there. So it was really cool just to see the spectrum of everything that they were put together in this album. Really cool. As I said, I'm so happy that I did this. They're an amazing group, totally blown away by them, and I will definitely be listening to more stuff by them, even if it isn't like every Thursday like I have been. I will be continuing to listen to stuff by them, and I'll continue to react to their stuff on the channel. So that's not going to go away. It's just not going to be as frequent as weekly like it has been. Wow. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else I can say about it. Thank you again to everybody who has left comments, who has watched along with me, who has enjoyed me enjoying The Warning for the first time like this, at least this album for the first time. And everybody who just has come on this journey all, from day one, or even if you've come in later, I appreciate you too. And maybe you didn't, you weren't around when I was first doing the album. And I appreciate all of you just for stopping by and watching. These are some of the more popular videos that I've done. So I know that there's a good following out there for them, and they deserve everything. All for good reason. They deserve everything. So thank you again for stopping by. Leave some comments down below. Let me know your favorite songs off the album. Let me know if there are some favorite key moments that you have. Let me know of other Warning songs by the Warning that are favorites of yours that aren't on this album, or just thoughts in general. Or let me know if there's other albums by other artists that you think I should maybe add to the list to check out. I'm not sure yet if or when or what I'm going to do next in terms of breaking albums down like this, but it'll probably be something. I have some ideas, so stay tuned for that. So, in summary, thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you were just here for the Warning, stick around. There will be more Warning in the future. Don't be scared next Thursday if you don't see a song from the Warning on the channel, because as I said, I'm not probably going to react to them every week, just because there's a lot of music on my list that I need to listen to. But you can be assured that I will come back to them and listen to more stuff by them, because I'm especially curious now to hear some of their newer stuff too. So thanks again for coming by, and until next time, have a great evening.